All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Live Be Do live Q&A with Niecy. Niecy is down in Cali, Colombia. Um, Niecy was a part of our Live Like a Local relocation immersion experience in our very first group in February. And she decided that Cali was the place. Cali was the place. She moved down there with her dog, Dante LaQuavius. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, that's his name. Is Dante Laquavius.
Dante LaQuavius. So, welcome Niecy and Dante to the show. This is my first time actually seeing them live. Um, so, I'm going to start asking her some questions. If you're tuned in, please feel free to ask questions. This is kind of like an impromptu live discussion that we're having. It'll stay on the it'll stay on the YouTube platform. So even if you've come afterwards, you can ask your questions, and at least I'll be able to answer them. She can come back and look through the questions and answer any questions, or she can leave her contact information, and you can contact her directly to ask her any questions about her new life in Cali, Colombia. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, we have Niecy, um, Denise Dunn, actually, is her name, but she's affectionately known as Niecy. Welcome. Niecy, tell us a little bit about your experience. You did the Live Like a Local re-immersion, the local, Live Like a Local relocation immersion experience in February. Um, in February, you already knew you were coming back in May. So tell us about that. Tell us what persuaded you, or what was that process like? How did you know that Cali was going to be the spot, at least for now?
I had absolutely no idea that Cali was going to be the space that I would choose before making the trip in February. I
Right.
knew that Colombia was going to be my choice, but prior to doing the Live Like a Local experience, I had not even been to Cali. So I've been to Bogota, I've been to Cartagena, and I visited. I hadn't been to Medellin, but I loved Colombia so much, and I wanted to be in a place where the language was familiar. No, hold on a second. No,
Okay, cool,
no,
cool,
but
cool.
teacher,
He wants to be a part of this
no.
interview too. So
He's like,
you
yeah,
knew
this
some
is gonna be
Spanish,
the best time for me to play with my toy. But yeah, I had no idea before doing the experience that this was gonna be the place.
right? But you knew some Spanish before. You said you knew some Spanish before you came to Colombia.
Yes, that
Okay,
was actually one of my minors in college was Spanish, and so I was familiar with the language, even though I hadn't really used it, definitely not on a day to day basis as I do now,
right.
but I had some familiarity.
Yeah, because you did pretty well, even while you were in Cali in February. You got along pretty well with the Spanish, and of course, we include Spanish lessons in the relocation immersion experience, so you were able to freshen up on your Spanish with Edwin. Um,
Yeah.
so, what was the most surprising difference between being there temporarily for the relocation immersion experience and your life now?
I would say the thing,
Like actually living there.
like living here, I would say the most, not even the most surprising thing, the thing that you really have to work on as a U.S. citizen,
Okay.
living in Colombia is that we are always on go. So like
Yeah.
we're like, oh, okay, I want this done. Let's get it done. I want it. Let's okay. We're expecting like a quick turnaround, and that is not the case here. I have
Nah,
heard,
baby.
Tranquila, 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 no te preocupes, tranquila, calma. You have to relax. It's not going to. You have to. We're in that go grind mindset, this is not the same at all. So you
Right.
have to
It's a kind of an
definitely,
adjustment.
that
Definitely.
is a huge. I'm not there yet. I'm still
Yeah.
still not there yet. I'm trying to get there, but that's probably the biggest adjustment for me.
Okay. Um, I can imagine. I don't know if if you had to do any banking yet. Have you? No. Okay. Stand
I
by.
have not, turned that oven on. I've used the stove, but the oven, absolutely not. No,
Okay. No,
no.
no. I said banking, like banking, using the banks in the city, like
Oh,
Bancolombia.
banking. Okay, so not not. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying baking. So banking, I would say I haven't had to use the banks per se. I did have to pay my rent. And so that process was not super easy because um, you can't make a wire transfer from the US to Colombia unless you're on US soil. You cannot make an
Really?
ACH. Yeah, yeah. You have
Oh,
to be
okay, okay.
present. You have to be present in the US to make a wire transfer. So when you need them to like send you an invoice like you're paying a bill, like if you
Right,
would
right.
be paying like using your credit card for something. So because our banking systems don't marry well. So that's probably the most difficult thing. But like having to like go in and do some banking, I haven't actually had to do that yet.
Oh, wait. That's the reason I mentioned that because if you think that is going to be the real test of your patience when you have to go to the bank and you have to stand in line to figure out which line you're actually supposed to be in. Ah, yes. When you have to
I look
stand in
forward to
line,
it. I
when
will
you,
look forward to it in the far distant future.
yeah, when you,
Hopefully, I won't have a need to do that anytime soon.
yeah, no, it's all good. It's all love. One thing I admire about uh, Cali in particular is they are very patient, very patient. And you know that kind of helped me because sometimes you're standing in line and then you don't realize that the line you're standing in is just to tell you which line you're supposed to be in, and then they send you upstairs and you find out you're really supposed to be in a line downstairs. So don't worry, you'll have another. We'll come back to you when you've had that experience, so you can talk us through the banking experience. Um,
Yeah, I haven't really been in any lines here at all. Not yet.
oh, buddy, oh baby, I cannot wait for this. So, okay, so that's been a big adjustment. The Colombian time, doing things on Colombian time, and but the people are pretty patient, pretty humble. How has that been? How have the people received you? Um, being a
Oh,
foreigner.
everyone's been super, super friendly and super kind to me, especially because I have to frequently tell people like I'm navigating in Spanish, but I am not a native speaker, and I'm
Yeah.
still working with picking up the accent. That doesn't
Hmm.
come quickly for me, and so I oftentimes have to ask people to repeat themselves or please speak to me more slowly.
Yeah.
And then they say, where are you from? They don't dare. They
Yeah.
don't dare.
Yeah.
So I'm from the United States, but I'm working on my Spanish. And they're always like, tranquila,
Yeah.
tranquila.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I love about
So
Cali.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. So, how has I see? I was gonna try to save this for last, but I'm really curious about your apartment. You've got, from what I hear and what I've seen, you've got the best apartment in town. How has that
I don't
been?
know about that.
How has it been like adjusting to moving in? Like, tell us about the views, Is it comfortable? Like the location?
So I'm in my apartment now. And you got the big echo because I still have no furniture. I'm sitting on my exterior. I bought furniture for the outside, and I have a bed and desk
Okay.
so that I can do my work. But I really don't have any furniture in here yet. So like the main floor is pretty empty, with the
Okay.
exception of a television and a subwoofer because why not?
Right, right.
But moving in, so I will say, um, that was an interesting process because in the States, you sign the lease, you pay the fee, you get your keys. No, it's not quite the same process here. And so this is my first time renting through an individual, and they have a real estate agent manager.
Okay.
And so they have to meet you at the apartment to give you the keys. And then the walkthrough process was better than 4 hours. And I
Mm,
could not figure out, I was like, why would this take 4 hours for you to, that doesn't make any sense. And so it was to go through, like we were going through and taking pictures. Okay, this is damaged. This is a crack. You could see like something here. What made it take so long is that they just walk through and they're like pointing out with pictures and taking pictures. Then the second time he did the exact same thing, but he's like writing it down. And I'm like, whoa, why didn't we do this the first time? This could be a much shorter process. In my opinion, that's a process change that could easily be made. However, I don't know that it's my place to be able to tell these people that I think this process is flawed and you could be doing this a better way. I do not want to be here for 5 hours to walk
right.
through an apartment with you, but yeah, so that was interesting. But outside of that, the real difficulty would be this is a nice apartment, and it's literally was across the street from where my Airbnb was.
Okay.
But the issue in getting an apartment in Cali for me was I'm not a citizen. So what you'll run into a lot in terms of any type of, like, for people who are interested in thinking of this, a lot of times they're looking for your cedula, which is your
Right.
ID, your identification. As a non-resident, non-citizen, you do not have one. So I have my passport. I had to have a co-signer for
Hmm.
my apartment, not a co-signer specifically the way that I was able to get around having to have someone who is a homeowner here that co-signs for you. The way that I was able to get around that is I was able to pay my rent for the year. So
Mm,
I just had a co-signer to co-sign to say I'm a citizen, but there's really nothing that they're guaranteeing for me because I've paid for my time here.
right, right. Yeah, it is a very challenging process. Cali, what I'll say about Cali is compared to other cities in Colombia, other more popular cities, Cali is a Cali is a city that caters more to Colombians. So they don't really have, they're not really accustomed yet to serving foreigners or immigrants yet. Now, so I said that to say this. Usually you have to, so they want to go by the book. Whereas in places like Medellin or Cartagena, you can just meet the landlord, you know, make the payment or whatever, or the process might
Right.
be a little easier. Cali, they're just like, nah, or you might run, you might not, you might leave and never come back, or whatever their
Right.
process is, they kind of stick to that. And
They stick to the process. So
yeah,
that was really the most difficult for me. I would say if you are considering and you're a US citizen, expect that you are going to pay a gringo price. So you're going to pay for services that you might not have to pay for in other places. Like I paid someone to just sign this paper. They don't have any access to this space. They don't have a key or anything, but I had to pay someone to just sign with me, which ultimately, if you have a friend here already who can do it, that's great. But you expect that you're going to pay a little bit more to kind of get through some of those processes.
Right. So you had to essentially you had to pay a Colombian citizen to they just had to have their name on the paperwork with you.
Right. So
Oh,
there was like nothing for them to guarantee. They didn't have to own a home or anything, which is one of the
right.
things that, like, for some guarantors, they would need that. Because I was paying for the full lease term, that wasn't a necessity for me.
Right. Yeah, and that's like I believe they call it a fiador or something like that in Colombia. It's like a person to co-sign if you're not a well, I don't even know if it has anything to do with citizenship, but
Yeah,
specific
it was I think it was called a Theodore.
yeah,
Theodore.
a fiador. So yeah,
Hmm.
so you got through that process, and now here we are. You have your apartment. Beautiful, by the way.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
I saw the videos. You shared the video with me, and it was it's man,
Yeah.
it's something to behold. I can't wait to
Yeah, I
move.
can't believe how lucky I was. Like this is the Airbnb I was staying in literally is like the other side of the street. So I can literally walk out of here and walk across to the Airbnb that I was staying in. So I got so lucky. Like the stars
So
aligned for me to be able to find this place.
now, how did you find it? Was there a sign in the window? Or did you go on like one of the websites,
Listen,
Finca Raíz, or
yes, yes. So yes, both. There is a sign in the window. I am on the sixth floor. So where I'm right now on the sixth floor. So you're looking up. This is different from the States. If you're looking for a place to live, you kind of need to go to the community you're interested in and look around for signs. There's something, arriendo, so that they're renting. And so there was a sign in the window on the sixth and seventh floor because this is a two-level apartment, which
yeah?
you could barely see. I was working with a gentleman who found it on the website. Ultimately, we did not keep working, so I completed this on my own because he doesn't like working with. He works directly with the homeowners, and this is working through a rental agency, and so
Okay,
that's not his preference. So I, paid him for helping find the place, but then ultimately I had to complete the process on my own.
okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. But you still remain in contact with him in case you need him in the future. Was he good at helping? Was he good at his job? Did he help you? Did he give you other options, or was this like the first one and you just jumped on it?
No, this was probably the third one that I saw. There was another, so I was specific that I liked this community. I wanted to stay here. The first apartment that I went to see was also a penthouse apartment, but it's in the building next to me, which is a newer building. The difference between this apartment and that apartment, I don't think that apartment would fit in the living area of this
Okay,
apartment. That one was also penthouse, but it was a newer build, and so much, much smaller than
okay,
where I currently am, but still a very lovely space. The security was in place. I mean, literally, it's the building right next door to me.
okay. All right. So you said it was smaller. Was it the
Yeah.
same price point, or was it less expensive, or
No, no, I did set a budget for myself, which was less than what I was paying for my mortgage in the US.
right?
But I would say that apartment was probably um, 35 to 40% less than this one.
Oh
This
wow.
one I could not believe was, yeah, so this one was in my budget. That
Okay.
one was also in my budget. I would say, and I'm going to say like mills because million because that's where the price point was. So like that one was like 3.5 million, and this one was 5.5 million.
Okay. So not bad with the amount of space that you have.
Oh
Oh,
my God, this is crazy. This is bigger than my house in the this is bigger than my house in the United States. Yeah, this is about 31. It's over 3,100 square feet.
jeez whiz. So my next
Yeah,
question is,
that's a crazy amount of space. It's
yeah,
way more than is needed for me, Dante. I mean, it's me and my dog here, so we don't. Do we need this much space? No. But I was specific that I wanted to be in this neighborhood. It's got everything right here that I need, and in
right.
5 to 7 minutes I can just walk because I'm not going to have a car here. I'm never going to drive here.
Oh yeah.
So
Listen, I'm gonna co-sign you on that. I'm never gonna drive in Cali. I've driven in Cali once or twice. Actually, the second time I drove in Cali was that night when I think you remember that night. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, no. And April is watching. Shout out to April. She's gonna be in our August group for the month in Cali, Colombia, and she says they have that requirement in many parts of Mexico too. So
Yeah, the Theodore service she's talking about. Yes,
yeah. So I want to ask you a
yes.
question. With the will you allow us to do an apartment tour? Will we be allowed to visit your house? Will you open your doors to a game night or special
Oh,
dinner or
I would
something?
love that. I would love that because hopefully I'll have. I'm sure I'll have furniture by then. Right now, there's nothing here but plants and my dog, who is getting very upset with me because I keep taking all his toys. But y'all, he will just throw these on the floor. It would be so loud. So
Oh, okay.
he's not pleased with me.
Well,
But
he's
yeah, I would love for us to do a game night or something here because I have a ridiculous amount of space. And
yeah, that's
it's like I said, it's just me and Dante.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a hell of a lot of space. I didn't even, and I'm watching. We watched the video. We saw it on video, but of course, video doesn't do it any justice. I know it's big. I know it's big. So this leads us, since you brought up Dante, I want to talk about Dante's life in Cali. Um, and going back to February, I remember he was not able to join us in February when we initially did the Live Like a Local relocation immersion experience. And so
Yeah.
he finally made it in May when you moved in.
Yes.
Does he need a translator with the dogs on the streets? Like, is he getting along? Do they bark and stuff? No,
Um,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
so he's a golden doodle, which is a retriever and a poodle. And so he's a very distinctive looking dog here. He doesn't need a translator. I think they understand each other, but he's got like a lot of like it's so funny. The other day he's like barking at these dogs that were passing, and one of them was a golden retriever. So the dogs here are pretty chill compared to Dante. Dante is very high energy.
Yeah.
The one of the dogs was a golden retriever walking with his mom, and Dante barked like grr, 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 and he was like growling, barking, and the golden retriever came like around the corner and like barked at Dante like, "Oh, you got we got problems," and Dante got like, oh, you got problems because this is my hood. And so Dante didn't do anything. So then, like, the retriever just came up and he's like, yeah, I thought not. And so then he ran back to his mom and they kept on their walk. But yeah,
Oh,
the
so
dogs
that
here
dog
are
wasn't on
very
a leash.
chill.
The dog wasn't on a leash.
Listen, he put Dante in his place. Dante is like like aggressively barking, and that golden retriever was not having it. But he's he gets along better with, like, there's so many dogs around here. This is a dog loving community.
Oh yeah.
So I would say most of the people that I run into, now they don't know who I am, they recognize me, but they actually call Dante by name.
Mm.
So he has people that he's just like, oh, this is my friend. We just run up, they just run up. He gives it's Dante, Dante, and they give Dante a hug. They give Dante treats. Like
Yeah,
they know Dante. They don't have any. Who's Niecy? They don't know me. Dante's Walker.
that's hilarious. But I get it because Cali, I can't speak to the rest of Colombia, but Cali is a very dog friendly city. I've seen people.
Yes,
I don't know if you've seen it in your neighborhood, but I've constantly seen people walking like the dog walking service. Like you'll see people with like 7 or 8 dogs just walking down the street, um, and they, it's common to go to a restaurant and people bring their dogs in, much like the U.S.
yes,
It's very much similar to the U.S. as far as
yeah. And you'll see them everywhere in restaurants, in the malls. People usually have their dogs with them on a leash. Actually, the other day when I was at the mall, I saw someone walking their cat on a leash. I kid you not. Beautiful cat. They were walking their cat on a
yeah,
leash.
that's wild.
Nobody had any problems. Everybody's just walking along.
Yeah, that's wild. I have not seen cats outdoors in Cali, but plenty of dogs. So, have you found
Yeah.
vets and good? Obviously, you found good places for him to walk and
Yes.
dog walk.
Found a vet. The vet is like walking distance from me. The groomer, of course, is walking. Everything that I need in this, pretty much in this community, is like a 5 to 7 minute walk. So I do not have to go far to find what I need. A vet, a groomer, the grocery store, a ridiculous number of restaurants. There's
Yeah,
parks,
you're near
three
Parque del
parks
Perro.
within a 5 minute walk. Huh?
Are you near Parque del Perro?
Yes. Two
Okay,
blocks from Parque del Perro.
okay,
And
cool.
before I get to Parque del Perro, there's another park that right before I get there. And then if I walk, 7 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes the other way, there's another park. So there's a ridiculous number of parks around here.
Yeah, Cali is a very green city. So, getting to that, can you describe like as you as you get acclimated to Cali, can you give people an idea of what it's like? Like, what's the is it because I think a lot of people who've never been to Cali, they don't know how big it is. They don't know the demographic. They're not really familiar with the city. So, give us an idea of like where you are and if you had to go to the southernmost tip of Cali or the northernmost tip
Oh,
or the eastern or
so
westernmost.
okay, I'm gonna say like what Akeem is asking for. I don't know why he is asking me this because y'all, I do have no idea. I do not know. I
No, but
don't
you've been to
know.
the south. You've been to the south of the city. All right, so the furthest I'll
I'm
ask
like
it
in
this way.
the middle. I'm not north. Like when I was here with the immersion experience, we were in
Yeah,
the
we're in the
north.
north. We're in the north
And
as
so
far
I'm
as the
kind
north
of in
goes.
the middle. I'm not south. I'm kind of more in the
Yeah,
middle
no,
of
you're
the
actually
city.
dead in the middle of the city almost. But
Yeah,
so
a little toward the
I'll
west.
ask the question this way. How long did it take the furthest you've been in the city, the furthest you've had to go, whether it be in an Uber or taxi, how long was the ride?
Oh, yes, the farthest I've been was to go eat. We found this place that they have a seafood boil,
Okay.
and it took the first time we went, we tried to go, like, we had to go in the evening because it was Ramadan, and one of the ladies couldn't eat till after sunset. But
Okay.
we probably, if we would have thought about it, we should have gotten the car before sunset because this is a drive. It was like an hour for us to get from, like, she was in San Antonio, so close to where I am. So for
Yeah.
us to get from San Antonio to where we went to eat was like an hour. But that's the greedy that lives within us because we're going to travel for good food. That's what we're
Yeah.
going to do.
So,
And the food was good.
so you probably went to the south of the city?
Yeah. So like towards Ponce.
Ponce. Okay. Good. 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 And that's the thing. I'm trying to give people an idea of how long you can be in a car in Cali because people, if you've been to Cartagena, a lot of people have only been to Cartagena, and Cartagena is a very small city.
It's
And
very
then,
small compared to here. Yeah.
yeah, even outside of the tourist area, it's very small compared to Cali. And then you narrow it down to where you can actually go as a tourist in Cartagena. It's a very small area. So a lot of times I've invited people to Cali and they've asked, "Oh, do they have hotels? Oh, do they have like what kinds of restaurants do they have? What is there to do in Cali?" Can you help me break that down to people because people they have no frame of reference and they sometimes think that Cali is like a palenque or a small uh, one horse.
No, this is a city. So it's not big like Houston or New York. Think about maybe it's big like Milwaukee or something, but that's a big city, right? So you don't expect that you're gonna get everywhere in 5 or 10 minutes. You're gonna drive a little bit. The other thing you have to consider for Cali is that they don't really have autopistas like we do. They don't have highways like you can just hop on the freeway and get there quickly. So you're dealing with street traffic. They
Yeah.
have like one kind of highway, but you're literally dealing with street traffic, and that's always it makes me think about because I lived in the DC area. It makes me think about that because you're going to you might be going 3 miles, but it's going to take you a little bit because you're dealing with street traffic. They got rush hour just like anybody else. And so what I would say, like the other difference here too, was like when you're in Cartagena, you might not experience like rush hour in the same way because it's geared toward tourism. So it's
Right.
like a more
You're not going anywhere.
transactional touristy type place. Here
Yeah.
people are like working, they're going to work, they're doing their jobs and living their lives. They're not trying to sell you a bracelet on the street in the same way. So you're running into people who like, okay, I finished work, I finished school, now I gotta go home and feed my family.
Right, right, right. It's just a regular city. It's a very, and I say Colombian. People, you're going to hear me say it's a Colombian city. And what I mean by that is they cater to Colombians, um,
Yeah.
but also it's not, it's as far as infrastructure, it's a little behind. It's a little antiquated because they don't have any form of express travel to get you from one side of the and the city is a large city. There's no quick way
Big city.
except for the bus, the Mio. There's a Mio that goes from the north to the south, and that has its own dedicated lane. So that's like probably the quickest way to get from the north of the city to the south of the city. But outside of that, and don't hit rush hour. If you hit rush hour, you might as well just kind of sit back and chill because ain't no telling.
Yeah.
But thank God that the
Yeah.
Ubers are affordable.
Not lovely.
Thank God
Yeah,
for
Uber is affordable, but I have to tell you, I'm sure my Uber driver is driving us like to go get the to go get food. And I know he was like, I told my wife I was gonna be home at this time.
oh yeah,
And then he called her. He had to call his wife.
yep,
Yeah, we was traveling for food.
yeah, yeah. So talk to us a little bit about your work life. Are you working in Cali? Are you working remotely, or how is that like? How are you with work? Or are you retired? Are you fully retired?
No. I'm a remote worker. Yeah, I had to turn on the fan. So let me know if it interrupts, if you have any difficulty hearing me.
No, no, no. I don't
I
know.
work. Okay, I'm a remote worker. I was a remote worker in the States, so I'm still a remote worker. I but y'all, I had to go. I was suffering. I felt like I was like being there. I felt like everything was getting so expensive, and honestly, I was miserable. I felt like I was watching my soul die. The
Mm,
longer I stayed there, and with everything that's going on and continues, and then you show up on your work call and they're like, yeah, so how are you doing? I'm struggling, Melissa. How are you doing? You can't really have that conversation with people.
yeah.
So okay, this blowing too hard. Okay, that's a really strong fan. That's blowing too hard. But so I needed to go, but yeah, I still work, and so because I work remotely, was able to be able to do that here. So I'm just here doing my same gig, um, and I haven't really had any interruption at all.
Okay. So for people who are watching who have the ability to work remotely, one of the questions that I get a lot from people is how's the internet? Um, People, we live in an age where lots of people are digital nomads or can work remote. And I invite people over to Cali all the time. Hey, I work remote. How is the internet? How is the service? How is the connectivity? So can you walk us through that a little bit? Like, have you had
I
any issues
haven't had
connecting?
any issue with the remote. So I've with the internet, I have two different services. I'm trying out Starlink, which is the satellite one.
Okay,
That's not the one I use. I actually use the local Claro service,
okay,
which I have not had any problem. I've frequently tested the internet speed and it telling me I always get something back. I have super fast internet. I'm just using the Google Speed test that I can stream 4K and run several devices.
okay.
So I haven't run into any issue. One of my friends was here visiting. I had three visitors here already,
Mm,
but one of my friends was visiting and is constantly on the internet, like running functions on AI.
right.
Now he was complaining about the speed, like it wasn't fast enough. And partially that's because I don't have my mesh router hooked up, so he had to be like really like right next to it.
Close to the router.
And I'm like, so I'm sorry, honey, I don't know where the cords are. Everything I'm still unpacking. Yeah, give me some grace, but come back. Hopefully, I will have found the cords and the routers and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, okay. So
But yeah,
April.
I've not had any problem just watching TV, like watching Netflix and stuff like that. I haven't had any problems at all.
Cool, cool. And you are a streamer, so I know that um, connectivity is important to you. Although you said you hadn't had much time you haven't streamed since you moved to your new place because
Since I
everything's
moved into this place. So I have I've been streaming, like I'll go live from my phone. Like I'm on my phone right now. Y'all, I usually have like a setup with the lights and the microphone and the mixer and all that kind of stuff. And none of that stuff is set up because it, stuff is still everywhere. Like I'm still just moving in. So
right,
I'm gonna
right.
get to it.
Cool, cool. So you've been in Cali. Have you gone to any other cities in Colombia since you've been in Cali for 2 months now? Have you gone to
Yes.
any other cities? Have you explored any of the towns surrounding Cali? Have you done any like tourism or
Okay. I would say the only, like, I took a little break, like literally right after I got this apartment for Juneteenth. I went to Santa Marta,
Oh, okay.
and it was gorgeous. It was so laid back because um they were like, "Oh, you have to go do this, you have to go do that." I said, "Listen, my plan is to do nothing.
Yeah.
I will watch water. I will read books. I'll take a nap. I'll wake up. I'll eat, I'll read a book, I'll take a nap. This is my plan. So that was literally my plan for my Santa Marta trip. And it was lovely. I stayed at I think I was in a Marriott, and it was really nice. And I was in the penthouse again. I was like, look at me being in the penthouse everywhere
Okay,
I
okay.
go. It was gorgeous. It was
Yeah.
gorgeous and very affordable.
Yeah, Santa Marta is a beautiful city. To me, Santa Marta is a laid back version of Cartagena. It's
Yeah,
for
very
me,
laid back.
yeah, very laid back. So April asked, do you make border runs on a tourist visa or do you have residency?
I am still on my visitor visa, so I extended it. So your visitor visa, when you first come in, you have 90 days. You can
Mhm.
apply for an extension, which I did. I am in the process of um going through the process to get my nomad visa.
Okay.
So I don't have to do a border run, but I don't think it would work the same for you here as it would other places because you have 6 months in Cali per calendar. I mean, not Cali, Colombia per calendar year. So you could make a border run, but you would literally like have to, if you're approaching your 6 months, you would have to come back the next calendar year. So January, if or some.
Yeah,
So
so you
yeah,
would make a border run after the first 90 days, typically,
yeah.
and then come
I
back.
didn't do a border run.
You just did the extension,
I
right?
just I just did the extension because I'm here with my dog and working. So there's no. I'm I'm not taking him out the country to go anywhere.
Right, right. Well, I mean, that's good because I think, when you know that you're going to be somewhere for a while and you've already committed to a 1 year lease,
Yeah,
at least 1 year. Um, you've already moved your things, so you're serious about living in Colombia or living in Cali.
that's it.
And I,
Yeah,
and yeah, so I think sometimes people who haven't made up their mind, they'll make border runs, or people who aren't as committed. And not just I'm not just saying just that's those are not the only reasons, but those are some of the reasons. Some of the people that I meet passing through Cali or even in other countries, if they're not committed, they'll make a border run, and then once their time is up, they'll just go to another country and then come back. Um,
right.
but
Yeah, I don't really. It's not my intention to bop around, especially because I have my dog. So maybe if I
yeah,
didn't, I would consider that more. But like this is where I'm putting down my roots. I plan to live here and hopefully open business here. And
cool.
I don't have a plan to like go anywhere. And everybody's just been so kind and so lovely to me. So I want to be here for as long as I possibly can, at least
That's
through the
dope.
end of my visa.
That's dope. That's
And
dope.
I'll examine after that.
Right. That's dope. Like I said, April has been asking questions. April is also in our Live Like a Local WhatsApp community, so you guys can talk in there. April, feel free to reach out to Niecy in the group chat. Once we get to Cali in August, we will try to figure out when
Oh,
and
August is gonna be a party. She ain't gonna have time for me in August.
yeah. Well, she's coming for the whole month. We're all going to be there for the whole month. So Um, we're looking forward to visiting your apartment, seeing what your apartment because they're part of the Live Like a Local relocation immersion experience, and I believe Kim. There's another woman in the group who is very interested in seeing your apartment, and I believe Carm. I believe Carm is still coming for August. I haven't heard
Yes,
anything different.
yeah,
So
she'll be here in August.
yeah, so. Um, we've talked about the infrastructure and as far as your work life is concerned. Have you, I'm going to get a little personal, if I may. Have you dated in Cali?
No, and I
You
don't
haven't?
want to.
You don't want to date in Cali?
No. And
Okay.
so let me clarify this. It's not that I don't want to date in Cali. It's that I do not want to date anybody. I want to be left alone. I am,
Ah, okay.
I
You
am a
want to be left alone.
refugee. I am a refugee of the U.S. dating. I just need a break. I just need a
Right,
break.
right.
What I thought, it's so funny, y'all, because I tried to buy I bought me a fake wedding band, so like maybe that will be a deterrent.
No,
That is not a deterrent because
that does not.
wedding bands is not really a thing here. That's not a thing here.
Yeah.
And you have to be, as a single woman, so I have to be more careful because I did not I'm an old lady. I did not imagine that people was gonna be trying to hang out with me.
Hang out?
Like y'all don't like date. I did not expect that because I'm an old lady. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Go find one of these young
Who's an
things
old lady?
and
Who? Who's an old lady? Where? An
me,
old lady where?
me. I'm the old lady. And so I was not expecting this behavior. Matter of fact, I met somebody yesterday and I not yesterday, it was like the day before, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm working on my Spanish, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just chatty, chatty. So be careful. Y'all need to I no,
All
just
right, so
be
I
a
want
little
to
more
shift.
careful,
I
especially
want,
as a single person kind of
yeah,
navigating the area. You can't just be chatty chatty with people. Cause guy was like, "Yeah, I've been trying to learn English." And I was like, "That's great. Maybe we can help each other." He was like, "Yes, let's help you. I help you with your Spanish. You can help me." I was like, "Great." And he was like, "Yeah, take down my number on WhatsApp." And so I did. And I'm like, "This is great." So then I figured we could just have conversations.
right?
He's like, yeah, so you want to kind of meet up? There's a place not far. I do not want to meet you.
But
I don't
that's
want
the
to go
whole
out.
point of that's the point of working on your Spanish. The man just wants to work on his Spanish with a beautiful black queen.
No. All the no that ever knowed in no
That
land.
is
I want to be
hilarious.
back.
So look, so okay, I want to sit here for a moment, because there are like several ladies who've reached out to me and expressed interest in the dating life in Cali, Colombia. Since there are so many black people, so many black men, black women, black people, what can you say? What can you honestly say about the black Colombian men that you've met in Cali? Like, what can you tell
I
women
can't say
about?
anything. The three men who tried to ask me out were not black. So I'll say that.
Okay,
The
but the black men
they
you
were
know,
not
the black Colombians that you know, like you know Juan Carlos,
of
you
the Black
know.
Colombians that I know. I I mean, honestly, if they did not open their mouth and speak Spanish, I would not know that they were Caleño. I would not be able to tell. And I and that's funny. That's what one of the guys said to me when he realized I from here when I started talking, and he was like, "Oh, you look like you're from here." Except probably I wear my hair more out in my afro, so I don't see a lot of women with their hair out like this.
Yeah,
So I
they
don't
usually
see
have
that
like
as
that
much.
thing with the puff in the back.
Yeah. So I'm like, how can I get my hair bigger? So there's not I don't see as many like me per se, but the one guy, he's like, "Oh, you look like you're from here." There's no other than you hear me talk. There was no way that he could tell that I wasn't Colonial. So, and I would say that about the black men I see here. They got fades, they got locks. They look like black men anywhere else is just when they open their mouth, they're not speaking English. Well,
And
for
that's a
us
good
from the
point.
state.
That's a good point. So you pretty much blend in because the population is, I mean, they mirror us. They look, we look exactly alike. And I know for all of you anthropologists out there, we're only separated from by a boat stop. I know that. But it's just, I think when being in the United States, when we think of Latin America, we do not think of this black. Because I've been to many Latin American communities where somebody will say that they're black, but they're really mixed, you know? So Cali was one of the first places, if not maybe the first place where I actually saw people as dark as myself and who acknowledge that they are black. So,
Yeah.
have you been to like any events? Like, what has that been like for you? I mean, you said obviously you've seen black men and black people who look like us, and the only difference is the language. Have you experienced like the black culture in Cali since you've been there? Since that's like the biggest.
I would say, I'm going to say this time around, no. I think I did a lot more. I experienced a lot more Black culture when I was with you with the program.
Okay.
As I've been here this time, it's not really been as much opportunity for me to get out and do stuff
Okay.
because even like we were supposed to meet last week, I've just been having like people coming in and setting up stuff. So right now while I'm trying to set up life, I just have not had as much time. I did go and hear some Pacific Coast music.
Okay.
And the really nice thing is, if you're coming to this area, the WhatsApp group, they're always dropping like, here's an event that's like, black, experience the Pacific
Yeah.
Coast and things like that. I've been to a couple of different eateries because what I will do is find me some food, y'all. So I've been finding
Right.
like different Pacific Coast food. Um, which has been delicious. I'm trying to get back to Erlinda's so I could have spaghetti and fried chicken, but
Yes.
uh, it's been rough. My because now you're like now I'm not on vacation like I was before. Like I'm working,
Yeah,
so
you got work
it's hard
hours.
to it's
Yeah,
hard
you
to
have work
change your
hours.
day up.
So
Yeah.
with your work schedule, it's the community, the local community. Have you been able to? You haven't been able to do much of the integrating and have you made any new friends? Have you been able to make new friends here and there? Have you been to the
I would say
salsa
yes.
clubs?
Yeah, I've definitely made new friends. It's been people kind of getting to know my neighbors and just being around in the community. Like I'm passing the same people every day. And they recognize me. They recognize Dante more than me, but there's just people are starting to recognize me and they ask questions. The people in my building have been very nice to trying to get my giant pieces of furniture in, like the bed was a whole ordeal. So like I met a lot of my neighbors then.
Yeah.
This is an old building. Trying to get a king size bed in this old building, hard
Oh
work.
man. So the
Yeah.
service elevator didn't quite fit into the.
We don't have no service elevator in my old building.
Oh.
We don't have no service elevator. Now,
Oh.
the newer apartment next door has a larger elevator. I probably would not have had a problem. My
Right.
building is older. There is no service elevator. There is an elevator for residents to come up and come down. No, like this TV I bought, some strapping young 20-year-old just put it on his back and walked it up the stairs.
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs, 6 flights.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you
I
heard
gave
it.
him a soda.
Kali is Kali is pretty old school.
Yeah.
Pretty old school. He brought it up the stairs. They didn't have to bring a
Yeah.
bed up the stairs, did they?
So, yes, the king size bed had to come up the stairs. The queen size bed actually had to come up the stairs too. So there's technically four bedrooms if you include the maid's quarters. So there's a dedicated maid's quarters that has a bathroom
Hold
that
on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
that
hold on, hold on.
no,
The who? The what?
the maid's quarters.
The maid's quarters? You out of control, man. Balling.
I don't have a maid. Y'all wait. Okay, wait, I do have one, but I don't have a
Balling.
living maid. Wait, I don't have a living maid. I don't
Balling.
have a
I
living
like
maid.
that.
If you include that room, then there would be four bedrooms
Four
and four and a
bedrooms?
half bathrooms.
Okay.
But if you
Four and a half
X out
bathrooms?
if you four and a half.
Okay.
If you X out the maid's quarters, then there's three bedrooms and three and a half bathrooms. Now, four bathrooms is not unreasonable for me because any of my friends could tell you that's literally what made me buy my last house. I bought a two-bedroom, three and a half bathroom house. Nothing makes me happier than everybody having their own bathroom. That's how we stay friends.
Okay, no, I can get that. I can get that. I can rock with that. So you have a two-story condo. Um,
Yes.
does each bedroom have a bathroom, or does like are all the bathrooms on a bed, all the bedrooms on different floors, or how is it situated?
So so right now we're on the main floor. So you can see the stairs behind me.
Yeah, that looks
The
so
on the
nice.
main floor, the only bedroom and full bath on this level are the maid's quarters, which I'm going to turn that into my content space so I can do my videos and my streaming from there.
So if you do that,
But
then where's the maid gonna live?
there's no living maid here for
Hmm.
me and my dog. We don't need a living maid.
I
Stop
mean,
playing with me. We don't need no
listen,
living maid.
listen.
Mm-mm.
You moving on up like George and Wheezy now.
We moved on up. Me and my dog do not need a live-in housekeeper. I can't even imagine having that. I'm not there yet. See, this remind me. See what you're doing right now. This remind me of when I was a consultant and I used to have to catch flights. And you know you catch so many flights, they start upgrading you. And this was before the pandemic, so first class was real nice, y'all. And every time I got upgraded to first class, I had to put on Juvenile 400 Degrees album because I was like, I'm trying to stay humble. Y'all messing with me. Oh, miss, would you like champagne before we take off? May I take your coat? Have you had a chance to look at the menu? See, that's the kind of bouginess you're trying to push on me right now. I'm
No,
still
no,
humble.
no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I didn't choose the house with the maid's quarters. That was not my decision. But since you're there, while you're there, have you considered, like, honestly, have you, being from the United States, and I'm not sure if you had a maid growing up, or a housekeeper, or living, house, help, but you're in a different environment now where people living on your level, that's pretty common. If not a live-in maid, have you considered hiring people to clean your house, like a housekeeper and a chef, a driver, things
I
like
have
that?
no, okay, stop. No, I'm not getting a chef. I do have a housekeeper that comes twice a week
Okay.
because this is a lot of house. But I also had a housekeeper in the States. The difference is here, I can have somebody here twice a week. In the States, my person was only able to come every other week because the price point was very different. So
Yeah.
here I can afford to have somebody twice a week. I don't have her cook for me because that was one of the things like, oh, they're basically here all day. Like throughout the day, it's mostly um, cleaning, laundry, and to make food for Dante because Dante doesn't eat dog food.
Yeah, that's one thing
So
I learned. I learned that in January. The man has premium uh, premium cuts, y'all. He does not eat dog food. Does he know what dog food is? Does he even know he's a dog? First of all.
I'm not sure he knows he's a dog because since we've been here, he started sleeping on pillows. And I was like, this is new. This is new. So now he sleeps on pillows. So when Dante goes to bed at night, he gets on a pillow.
Okay.
His head's on the pillow and his body's like on the bed. Listen, he is a very pampered, very
He has a
soft
good
life
life.
dog.
He has a good life. He
Yes.
has a really good life. So for those of
So
you who
yeah,
are
this
just
this
tuning
week
in,
is Sam. Huh?
no, no, I'm talking to the audience. If you're just tuning in, we're here with Denise Dunn, aka Niecy. She's living in Cali, Colombia, and I'll drop a caption, I'll drop a description as soon as we're done. But we're talking about her relocation experience here in Cali, Colombia. She moved from the U.S. to uh, to Cali, and she's got a really nice place, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about her experience transitioning to and adjusting to life in Cali, Colombia with her dog. So if you have any questions, please, while we're live, if you have any questions, drop your questions in the chat. We want to know, we want to hear from you. If you if you're tuning in and you've missed the live, still drop your questions in. We'll come back. We'll swing back around and answer your questions. We don't have much longer to go. I don't want to keep you. Um, so we've talked about making friends. Yeah, actually, we're pretty much at the end. So I
I'm
just want
gonna
to.
if we're at the end, I'm gonna pick up my camera so we can walk the space.
Yeah, yeah. Can you show us around all the areas that you know that are available?
Yeah, we have to stay on the main floor, y'all, because I'm still moving in and it's not clean. It's not totally where it needs to be. Okay, I don't know how I change my ratio. How do I change the front to back?
Change the. Hold on, the layout.
I don't know how to use your app
To do what? To
so that I can put the camera. So y'all, you can just kind of see then behind me. So we'll do this because I can't figure out how to turn the camera around.
yeah,
So this
I
is
don't think there's an
we're
option to
on
flip
the,
it.
I'm gonna try to hold it out a little farther so y'all can see. So this is the main floor where I am. And so where I was sitting is right here in front of the stairs. These stairs go up to the second level.
Okay.
So I just added some plants and I haven't put them all away, but this is the stairs that kind of go up. Oh, you can really see the mountains today. So let's go outside.
But yeah, it's nice and clear out there.
So this is going to be the dining area. The only thing here right now is some art and some plants.
Okay.
So this is my balcony
Beautiful.
and that's my view. So y'all can see the Andes right in front of us. They're very clear today. And this
Yeah.
is my balcony. I just bought this little bonsai lime tree.
Okay.
This is you, so you can see. This is the window you see from inside, and you can see the stairs here going up to the second level.
Okay. That's a big balcony. And are you on the
Yeah,
top
it's a pretty
floor?
good sized balcony, huh?
Are you on the top floor?
No, this is the main floor of the apartment.
No, I mean, as
So
far as on the
this
building.
well, oh, when you're saying the top floor of the building. So technically, yes, this is the
Okay.
sixth floor. So this is the top floor, but then I have stairs that go up to the what I guess would be the seventh floor.
Okay, cool. And are you the only one on that floor, or are there other apartments on that floor?
No, there's two more apartments on this floor. I think I'm in the largest one.
Okay, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. But this is how I end my day every day. I sit out here and look at that.
Yeah, that's
which is
beautiful.
gorgeous. This is just gorgeous. So this is how I like to end my day. So
Cool.
let's go back in.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your space with us and sharing about your experience living in Cali, Colombia.
Okay, I can take you into the kitchen. I don't think the kitchen is messy. So let me see. I'll turn the lights on. It's not messy. It's not super messy. It's not clean, but so this is the kitchen, y'all.
Oh, that's nice. That's huge. Plenty of cabinet
So y'all
space.
can see I was proud of myself. I washed the dishes.
Major, huh?
Okay, come on. So I'm coming back out of there. The only other thing back there is the utility room, and
You're breaking up.
then this is the living room, which there's nothing in here but a TV and a
Okay.
subwoofer. Okay, am I back?
Yeah, yeah, you're back. We lost
Okay,
you for a second. But yeah,
yeah.
thanks a lot. Thank you so much. We'll like I said, we'll see you. I'll see you later on this month. We've got a couple of people who are I'm gonna stop into Cali right before we head out to San Andres, and then we'll be back.
Oh,
Yeah, San Andres. We'll be in a few of us are going to San Andres from July 30th to August 4th. And then
oh,
we'll be
that
back.
sounds nice. I
Yeah,
would love
it's
to go
amazing.
there.
It's amazing.
Look, so that's where I met one person from San Andres who sounds I had to ask him where he was from because he spoke Spanish, but he sounds Caribbean.
Yeah, that is exactly the culture of San Andres. Very, very Caribbean, very like Jamaican culture. Very much. So we go there every year. We're going to celebrate their emancipation um, celebrations for the Rizals, not Colombian independence, but the black people, the natives of San Andres are the Rizals. So we're going to celebrate their emancipation, and then we'll be back in Cali in August. We'll be with you for the entire month, and you'll get to experience the Petronio Alvarez Festival with us, and we're going to have a time. We're going to have a wild time.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So,
And I'm excited for y'all to come see my place. I promise I'll have chairs and stuff by then.
hey, look, we appreciate it. Even if you don't have chairs, we appreciate you just opening your doors and letting us, walk around your space. That's
Yeah.
going to be dope. That's going to be dope. So, anyway, is there any advice before we leave? If there's, is there any advice that you would give to a person living in the United States right now that's considering relocation, considering leaving or living abroad, or just thinking about it? If you could give them any
Um,
kind of advice or based on your experience or based on your reality, what would it be?
I say start to move forward. You will find if you really want to do something, you'll find a way, and if you don't, you'll find an excuse.
Mm,
If you really want to do this, do it. Start moving forward. Start go on trips like Live Like a Local, and start really investigating what it would take. What would your budget need to be? I was before I met Akeem, I was following Stephanie Perry and Rashida Dow and the Exodus Summit. And so I always felt like, maybe in 5 years or 7 years or 10 years. No, I was here in February and I was so relaxed and at peace
yeah.
and I was craving it. I went back, I sold my house and sold all my things in 8 weeks. I wrapped up my life and came here. So it can be done. I don't recommend you do it in 8 weeks if you don't have to, because that was very stressful. But it can be done.
Yeah.
And if there's in any way that I can help, I'm definitely happy to help you investigate, benefit from the things that I've done wrong, because I've definitely done things wrong here.
Ooh.
But there's a lot that I've done right, and there's a lot of resources here that are available to help us move forward. And so I would say, for me as a Black woman, it's difficult to ask for help.
Mm.
You're gonna need to ask for help a lot.
Yeah.
Get comfortable with asking for help, and there are people who will help you. And I'm one of them. I know Akeem will help where he can, but if it's asking me about my experience, I'm happy to share.
So how can they contact you? How can they reach you? Are you on social media? Are you?
I am on social media. I actually am on YouTube. My name is it's literally my name, NiesyDunn, Niecy Dunn. I'm Niecy Dunn on Instagram. I'm Niecy Dunn on Facebook. I am not imaginative at all, y'all. It's Niecy Dunn. You can find that's how you find me, because it's just my name. That's all I put down. So if you're looking for me, it's Niecy Dunn. If you want to email me, guess what it is? It's niecydunn@gmail.com. So you can reach me through any of those ways: Facebook, Instagram. I'm probably on YouTube more than the others, but if you just want to send me an email, give me some grace. If it takes me a minute to get back to you, I will try to respond to those within 48 hours, but y'all know I be working. So
Absolutely.
I don't have as much free time, but I usually can get to things on the socials quicker.
Cool. Cool.
Don't let me say that. Let me take that back. You know how they be filtering your stuff on Facebook and Instagram. You know that's the same company. So I'm gonna try. If you don't see
Yeah.
me on any of those, send me an email or send me on YouTube, because those will pop up easier. I don't know why Google pops up easier and Facebook be clocking me like that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. Thank you so much once again for even sharing your contacts, sharing your experience, and being candid about, the whole process of relocating to Cali, Colombia. And most of all, thank you so much for doing it with Live Be Do, coming to our relocation immersion experience in February. And then that experience where I can't even tell you um, how glad how I don't know what's the word. I'm grateful, grateful that the experience, you had a great experience and you decided to choose Cali, because honestly, the experience isn't about it isn't about Cali as much as it is about relocation. We
Yeah.
do the relocation immersion experience in Cali, Colombia, but it really isn't about Cali, Colombia. It's about you test driving living abroad. But I'm so glad you chose Cali. I'm so glad that you were able to find community in Cali. And I'm so glad that you trusted me to help you through that process. So if you need anything from me, you got me for life.
Oh,
Appreciate
y'all
that.
heard it. I didn't. Y'all
I
heard it say
appreciate you. I appreciate you. No,
that.
honestly. And for those of you who are watching, our website, livebedo.com. If you're interested in the relocation immersion experience, we've got one coming up in August. August and October, the Live Like a Local relocation immersion experience for 2026. We have dates coming in 2027. Email me, info@livebedo.net. Do not hit me up on any of the social medias because, like Niecy said, they direct messages to these folders. And sometimes I go to the folder, like the last time I went to that folder, there was a message there from 2024, 2023.
Oh wow.
So email is the best way to reach out to
Yeah.
me. Another thing I want to add is if you're joining our Columbia communities or any of our Facebook communities, We have the Live Like a Local Facebook community for the relocation immersion experiences. Actually, it's becoming just immersion experiences in general. So it'll be relocation, it'll be language learning, it'll be salsa, it'll be cultural immersion experiences. So look for that. That's the Facebook community. We also have the Live Be Do community, and we have the Colombia communities, Black in Cali and Black in Colombia. Please, if you are on Facebook and you want to join these communities, you must fill out all of the required information and you must have a face picture. I see a lot of you trying to join our community. If you leave it empty, we will not allow you in the community. We keep our community sucker free. We don't
It's
want,
important.
yeah, our community is a safe space, and it's we run a tight ship. So please, if you're interested and you're serious about it, fill in all of the information. There's nothing too invasive. We don't want to know your social security number or anything like that. Very easy. Once again, Niecy, thank you so much for joining us today, for taking the time out. She gave the contact information. I'll share it again in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, it's